Boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a very exciting time in the blockchain space. Now, for those of you that might be new here, stick around till the end of this video, because in general, what we're sharing here as information-wise is going to be so extremely valuable in the long term. It's one of the easiest ways to build a crypto portfolio or a portfolio of any kind, but we're going to start by diving in and taking a look at Bitcoin's price as it has just exploded, and we are fascinated by the way these things move. So here I have Bitcoin open on the daily and on a log chart. Now, for those of you that have been around for a while, one of the things that I said I was excited about was to watch a consistent retest of the 9-day moving average on the log chart. And although not on that particular one, here we go, we'll move over. This area here around 11,400. And see how you can see back from March, boom, we touched up the 9 and then again the 9 again, and we stayed above the 9 here in this reaccumulation area. This is the sign of a healthy bull market to me. Yes, that's right. I said it. It's a sign of a healthy bull market. Oh, we've been waiting 3 years since 2017 to see this again, and it is coming in very quickly. As you can see on the right-hand side, we've got Link up 15%. Fetch up 3% on the day, 6% for Celr versus Bitcoin, by the way, 4% on Ontology against Bitcoin, DGB, Matic, all of our plays are doing well right now. RLC, Wave, some of the other positions that I took small places in as well, doing great. So I want to show you guys how some of this works, and I want to give you a treat here. This will save you so much time and money if you're new to investing and trading. So let's dive in. Again, I think Bitcoin's going to run, I'll show you, I'll give you a little bit more education as we go here. So on the right-hand side, we have what's known as the volume profile. This is part of the professional trading view. And what it does is it shows you where there's the most amount of trading volume on each of these spaces. So as you can see, up around $11,800 is the last little vestige of support in this area. So between 10,500 and 12,000, basically 11,800. This is the last chunk of area that we can look at. Maybe it'll be a bit smoother if I go out this way, actually. Yeah, there we go. It's a little bit smoother. And we'll take it off log chart so it gives us more of that data. So I apologize here for this quick changeover, but yeah, okay. So here, as on the right-hand side, you can see this area of volume profile support ends at around 11,800, and we don't see any resistance up until around 13,500, 14,600. I do believe we're going to shoot up to this $14,000 range. This is going to signal to all the big players that the bull market is about to resume. We're going to crash or smash back down in a really quick range, probably to around 10,500, where the next ledge of this volume profile is, maybe even with wicks down to 9,900. So if you haven't bought yet, I would put some buys in this area. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be putting some leverage buys here. Don't play with leverage if you're new to this space, by the way. Just don't do it. It's better just to always keep investing. Just keep acquiring more assets always. Don't play with leverage and don't trade unless you know how to, or unless you want to learn how to, because just like any good education, it's going to cost you along the way. So if you're new to this sector, just invest. It's the easiest way to play. So let's take a look at some of our plays this last little while and go over one of the most powerful trading phases that we've paid attention to. So I'm going to go over a few of these here, guys, and I hope you understand why. If you're new to the Bear family and you want to learn more about this stuff, you're interested in trading and investing, you can join our private newsletter. It's $30 a month. The links are down below. We have an amazing group of traders and investors, and we're all learning, growing, and collaborating together. There are too many trades to make in bull markets, so together we can kind of see everything. It allows so many different people to work together, and I'm so proud of the Bear Den. Thank you guys for doing that, working together. It's not just about me there. There are other people that have been trading for a long time in that sector and investing. Got some big players in there, and it's important to note that that community power is what brings the Arcane Bear so much value. It's all of you guys, so thank you for joining, those of you that have. So here we see Matic on this beautiful ascending channel. I started taking my position right at the bottom of this LPS between 180 and around 200, essentially. I kept buying. I do suspect we're going to see a quick run up to the top of the channel, which will yield about a 70% gain on that, and we'll probably come back down and test this secondary LPS, which is this blue line here. Now, I can't tell you how to set that up because it's not standard on TradingView, but the red POC line here is a part of the volume profile in Pro. So I do suspect we're going to run up to the top of this channel, smash back down to this area of 229, and then break out of the ascending channel here. And look, guys, this is going to go with Bitcoin's price moving up. When they're at the very bottom like this, you have to remember that the comp man, the personified version of the person that has infinite money and infinite time, which is what the market does and has been accumulating things like Matic for a very long period of time. So whether Bitcoin goes up or down, they don't care. They're going to keep pushing this price up because there's no resistance here. Once it breaks out of this box at around 391 Satoshis, Matic could make a 10x gain because there's nothing in the way. There's nothing in the way from it just going up and running into much, much higher highs. So again, this is a really good area for me to let all of you know. If you're new to investing, just buy small amounts of each of these assets. If you don't know, just put $100 in like 10 different tokens, and then keep doing that every month. You know, Bitcoin is our money in this system. That's why we're always charting against Bitcoin. But as an investor, you can make some really great plays. And I'll point this out too. We'll look at DigiByte here as an example. DigiByte 5 years ago, if you would have put $1,000 in, would be worth approximately $900,000 today. Right? That means if in 2015 you put $1,000 in DigiByte, it'd be worth almost $1 million today. And there are a bunch of these plays which will likely to continue because these are all limited supply, limited liquidity tokens. And that gives you so much room for upside. These are all asymmetrical bets. The $1,000 could have been worth nothing in DigiByte, or it could be worth $1 million. So you need to think about it like that. Just limit your investment size. Don't throw everything you have at one token. Acquire access to as many different exposure positions as possible, because then you increase that chance that you get that black swan, right? That one time it goes from $1,000 to $1 million. You only need it to happen once over the course of 5 years for it to make sense. So spread that area of luck and randomness, which is a lot of the times how the universe works, to your advantage by taking those positions. So here we can see DigiByte again going through the nice, beautiful accumulation area, following this ascending channel, going back down to the bottom of the box and going to the top. And it'll probably come back one more time before a final breakout. And I suspect this will go right alongside Bitcoin going to around 13,000. So I suspect that we'll see DigiByte push down to around 239 Satoshis based off the bull run in Bitcoin to around 13,000. And then when we come dropping back down, DigiByte and a few other of these are just going to explode. Not trading advice. Make your own trades. Do your own homework. Do your own due diligence. If you listen to other people and follow, you are not going to become a good trader and investor because you're too worried about what other people think. And there are 100,000 different opinions out there, and yours matters the most to you because it is your critical decision and responsibility to take accountability for everything that you do. So I want to take a quick look at waves here and just really round out this ascending channel idea before we look at a few of the other ones. So waves also at the bottom of the box, here we see this LPS supply by our POC and a breakout of around 33% near, and we're probably going to the top of the channel here at around 1,893 Satoshis. So let's just go over a few more of these. So here we see BAT. Basic attention token. It's got a $300 million market cap. It's right at the bottom of the LPS supply, and it's probably going to move up to the top of the box. We saw the spring in C. We saw the start of the phase change here in D, and you can learn all this by joining the private den, or you can find it all for free on the internet. But the private den's value is, you can find everything for free on the internet, right? You don't even need to go to Harvard anymore. You can find it for free on the internet. But a lot of the times that set and setting helps people really make the difference because we're there in the community. You can share your charts. We can help look at it together and try to adjust where we're making mistakes because nobody's perfect. But we're all better at this when we work together. So BAT is right at the bottom of this LPS supply. And look here, so is Ontology. And Ontology was one of the ones that we made a chart of about, here, you can follow us here too. See here, we saw this inverse head and shoulders taking place. It starts around 612 and look, bling, there it goes. See how beautiful that was? And it's going to continue to the top of the box. Now, again, I drew this a little while ago, so we're technically not in phase E yet. But you can see how this works. This was drawn July 27th. And I can't edit these guys either. So everything that you see that's been working for us, it has nothing to do. I can't go in and edit these. This is just how great the plays have been working out for us. So if you take one of our favorite plays in the private den, here we go. Bang, right? Let's look at another one. Look, these are some of my top favorites right now. Here we'll go with Celr. bang, right? Almost 100% in just 30 days. And we can keep doing this. We could keep going over these ideas. Celr, I forgot, it was a bigger market cap token. So we took our entries here and we saw, boom, up to 30% and then a retrop. And this is another LPS test. This is normal for it to come back all the way to the top of the box. If we look at what Wyckoff says, yes, the SOS and the LPS come back to the top of the box of the resistance lines. So here, guys, educating yourself, whether you want to do it with our private group or do it by yourself, will make a world of difference, because we are effectively in Bitcoin right now when it was $600 in 2017 when I first started this channel, and there is a lot of room for upside. Let's take Ontology, for example. Once we get outside the box here, we have our first range of resistance up at 153%, the second up at 290, and then 300%. I do suspect that this is what we're going to see for many of these tokens. Is market man wants it to go high, he's going to jump it up. We make a wave 1, make a wave 2, make a wave 3, make a wave 4, awkward like this, and then make a wave 5. And these are going to yield big, huge gains. Like overall, we're talking about the next 150 days, a 5x gain on something like Ontology. And just for an example to show what this looks like after it's already happened, here you can see we charted Zilliqa outside of the box back here in May. This beautiful breakout, right? Final LPS tests. Again, I do this actually a little bit off here. It should be over here. But anyways, the final LPS tests right at the bottom of the box of phase D, technically. And then this huge breakout forms a phase wave 1, 369%, just absolutely monstrous. And then makes a 40% retracement back down here to form a wave 2. And then I do believe that waves 3, 4, and 5 are going to bring massive results here. Again, make your own trades. But look, if you've been in a position for a very long time, let's use for an example, we can go back to BAT actually. Let's say you thought basic attention token was like the shit, right? And you bought here back in August 2019. That's great. You got a great position right here. This is a great position, but don't sell it yet. Don't rush into Bitcoin thinking, or rush into band. You know, if you already have a long-term position in some of these, just hold them, because market man, comp man is going to blow these things up very, very easily and very consistently, because it will take very little capital to do so. And one of our favorite things to do is actually look for lower market cap tokens. That way we know that the rush that we get into some of these plays is much more noticeable, right? Like going from $20 million market cap to $40 million is much easier. And as you can see, with our Fetch trade, I'll actually open this up in one of our previously recorded positions. So Fetch has been one of our moon boys for a while now. It's one of the best trades I've made this year, and we're already at a 2.5x. So here we took our positions right here in June 2020, the 8th of June, and we saw our first profit take. Boom. So every time we break up here, I try to take out my initial capital investment and I let the rest ride. Always let it ride, because look what happens afterwards. But always take that profit out. That way you de-risk and de-leverage your position. There's no harm and foul. If I put $1,000 in, it goes up 100%. I take my $1,000 out. I still got that extra $1,000 just for ride. Let it run for 10 years. Who cares? Let it go. Let it ride. That's one of the biggest mistakes I made. Was I bought DigiByte in 2017. And I sold it at a 300% gain. And then a week later, it went up 20,000%. Don't be a TIHO in 2017. Let your tokens ride once you've taken a position. Anyways, guys, this stuff is extremely valuable. I hope you guys are all doing well trading. I know seeing some of the private Bear Den members just kill it right now, it makes me so proud. I'm so grateful for how well you guys all work together. We're going to be focusing, we've got a podcast with Everopedia coming up this week, and our deep dive that will be going out through our free newsletter. So if you haven't joined and you're interested in joining, you can join our free newsletter as well. But at this moment, might as well join the paid one, because there's no risk. We'll just give you a refund if you're not happy. Second, we're going to start producing more of these podcasts. So next week, we've got our deep dive into DigiByte and a podcast with the founder of DigiByte, Jared Tate, as well. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope you're having a wonderful time. This stuff is absolutely powerful to know and understand. As a trader, as an investor myself, this is one of the keystones to trading. So again, even if you don't join our group, please spend the extra time studying the Wyckoff phases and understanding your moving averages, your stochastic RSI, and you will make a lot of money over the next few years by investing properly. Not investment advice. but you will do well. Steel with the Arcane Bear. Give us a thumbs up if you like this content. Give us a thumbs up if you're making an enormous amount of capital. Leave your comments, your thoughts, your questions down below. We will try to go over as many tokens as possible over the next 2 years. I've decided to focus the channel 100% on basically venture capital investments, which means limited risk. So we've got infinite upside potential, or it could go to nothing. So just put less in, just invest less, okay? That's how you play this game. And on the weekends, we'll do video about like turkey tail mushroom hunting or yoga with beautiful women or the music that I like to play. So we'll reserve the weekends for my eclectic behavior. And then Monday through Friday, we'll just pump out content and bring on as many podcasts for as many of the CEOs, CTOs, or COOs of these new companies that are exploding as possible. Thank you guys all for joining us today, and we'll see you again on the next episode.